Hello and welcome to this week's video. For this week I will be doing my book haul for the month of February and announcing the winner of the February giveaway and announcing a new giveaway for this month of March. So let's get started with the books that I pulled from that pile that, because of those books, will never be getting any smaller. So because once those get clear, I put those books up there. So, to quote Stranger Things, it is the never-ending story. So, let us begin with the books that I have to show off to you guys today. Let me just a little so that I'm not cut off. First, we will be starting with Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl. I will be reading the, showing off the book and reading the back blurbs for you. And, of course, if you do not know Anne Frank, Diary of a Young Girl, let's read the back blurb in case you don't know the story, which, if it was up to Florida, you wouldn't know the story. In 1942, as Nazis occupied Holland, a 13-year-old Jewish girl and her family fled their home in Amsterdam and went into hiding. For the next 2 years, until their whereabouts were betrayed to the Gestapo, they and another family lived cloistered in the secret upstairs rooms of an old office building. Cut off from the outside world, they faced hunger, boredom, the constant cruelties of living in confined quarters, and the ever-present threat of discovery and death. In her diary, Anne Frank recorded vivid impressions of her experiences during this period. By turns thoughtful, moving, and amusing, Anne's account offers a fascinating commentary on human courage and frailty, and a compelling self-portrait of a sensitive and spirited young woman whose promise was tragically cut short. Now, I just finished reading Clara's War by Clara Kramer, which has a similar story of a young girl and her family being hidden from the Nazis. Thankfully, their story has a better ending, but I know of Anne Frank, of course, because I don't live in Florida or the South, and I was taught about Anne Frank and all that, but I have never actually read the Diary of Anne Frank. So I will be looking forward to reading this, if that's an expression that can be used when you're reading about such subject matter. Next we have Rosamunde Pilcher's The Shell Seekers. Now I know that this is a huge book, a very popular book from this author. I think it might be her most popular book. Oh my goodness, I'm yawning already, and I've just started. So does it have an answer? No, it doesn't. But let's read the back blurb, shall we? At the end of a long and useful life, Penelope Keeling's prized possession is the Shell Seekers, painted by her father and symbolizing her unconventional life, from bohemian childhood to wartime romance. When her grown children learn their grandfather's work is now worth a fortune, each has an idea as to what Penelope should do. But as she recalls the passions, tragedies, and secrets of her life, she knows there is only one answer, and it lies in her heart. So you know that I love those, epic saga romances and, family secrets and all that stuff, and very much looking forward to this. Just take a drink here. Next we have Amanda Ashley's Deeper Than the Night, and I believe it looks like a historical romance. Let's see oh, look at that insert cover. People call them step backs, and I don't know why, but the insert cover. Okay, let's read the back. The townsfolk of Moulton Bay said there was something otherworldly about Alexander Claiborne. Some people whispered that with his dark, arresting features and mesmerizing eyes, the seductive stranger looked every inch a vampire. They never guessed how near the truth they were, or that after more than 200 years of resisting temptation, Claiborne had found a woman he had to possess. Y'all, he's a vampire! So this is a historical paranormal? Never one to be scared off by superstitious lore, Kara Crawford laughed at the local talk of creatures lurking in the dark. What harm could come of befriending the handsome stranger with the haunted look in the midnight eyes? No matter what shadowy secrets Alexander hid, Kara felt drawn to him, compelled to join him beneath the silvery light of the moon, where they would share a love deeper than the night. That's a historical paranormal. Looking forward to that. Next, we have a Harlequin Presents The Kiss She Claimed from the Greek by Abby Green. One kiss. That's all innocent Sophia Mackenzie intends to steal from the gorgeous sleeping stranger. But her moment of complete irrationality wakes him up and awakens in her a longing she's never experienced. Suffering from amnesia, Achilles, like Lycaios? Lycaios? Lykaios. Achilles, that, has forgotten everything. His tragic loss, his immense fortune, even his name. He only, well, no, I'm not going to say it. He only knows the intensity with which he wants Sophie. But when Achilles remembers the truth, he must return to his glamorous Athens life. There's one last thing he needs to know. If Sophie will come with him. I'm guessing yes. Why would you name him Achilles? I mean, why? I know that, like, it might be, like, rude to, like, name shame people, but why would you name somebody that? Next we have Joanna Shoop's The Lady Gets Lucky. Indeed, she looks like she's getting lucky right there. Clearly a historical. Any insert cover? Nope. Shy heiress Alice Lusk is tired of being overlooked by every bachelor. Something has to change, else she'll be forced to marry a man whose only desire is her fortune. She needs to become a siren, a woman who causes a man's blood to run hot, and she's just met the perfect rogue to help her. Christopher Kit Ward has plans. Serious plans that do not involve an innocent spinster. But when Alice comes to him with a trade that's too good to refuse, Kit finds himself giving carnal lessons to the most beguiling wallflower he's ever met. And what's more, he's enjoying himself. Their bedroom instruction grows passionate, and Alice is a much better pupil than Kit had ever anticipated. When the society gentlemen start to take notice, Kit has to try to win Alice in other ways, but is he too late to win her heart? I love the whole, like, sexual tutor trope when it turns on the characters and the characters end up falling in love. I love it. I love it. Next we have My Dear, I Wanted to Tell You by Louisa Young. Yes, Louisa Young, and looks like a historical. Now, what did he want to tell me? My dear Nadine, I want to tell you before any telegram arrives that I was admitted to 36 Casualty Clearing Station, BEF, on August 21st with a serious is scratched out, with a slight wound in my ... Were you shot in the buttocks? Like Forrest? I am now comfortably in bed, with the best of surgeons and sisters to do all that is necessary for me. I will write and tell you how I get on, but don't write here, as I expect to leave for base shortly. Your loving Riley Purefoy. August 1917. A letter, two lovers, a terrible lie. In war, truth is only the first casualty. Oh my. very intrigued as to what the lie is. Next, we have In the Name of the Family by Sarah Dunnett, who I adore her writing style. My favorite book of hers is Sacred Hearts. The Birth of Venus did not work for me, unfortunately, so maybe this will be a hit for me, because the last one was a miss. But I will say, her writing style is just exquisite. Love her writing style. So let's read the back. In Dunnett, oh, okay, so it's more like quote. Do we have a plot? Do we have a blurb? All right, I'll sort of piece together. In Dunnett's telling of the Borgia story, Lucrezia is not the sluttish, power-crazed prisoner of legend. Love for Lucrezia is dangerous. Dunnett has a storyteller's instinct. This and her glorious prose make her version irresistible. So it's a take on the Borgias, specifically Lucrezia, which I adored the TV show The Borgias, the one that was on Showtime with Francois Arnault and Holiday Granger and Jeremy Irons. That one, I loved it so much. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. And so definitely looking forward to this. Next, we have a big boy, Edward Rutherford's London. Now, we know that I enjoy my Edward Rutherford. I love his big sort of historical epics that sort of paint the picture of a city or country using generations of families in that country. Sadly, Paris did not work for me because I found it too heavy on the historical, info dumpy kind of, and less on the like character interaction and like their lives, and like I found the other books of his that I've enjoyed have more of a balance, and that one sort of did not for me. Hopefully London will work better. So let's read the back blurb. A master of epic historical fiction, Edward Rutherford gives us a sweeping novel of London, a glorious pageant spanning 2,000 years. He brings this vibrant city's long and noble history alive through his saga of the ever-shifting fortunes, fates, and intrigues of a half a dozen families, from the age of Julius Caesar to the 20th century. Generation after generation, these families embody the passion, struggle, wealth, and verve of the greatest city in the old world. So looking forward to that. Hopefully I will like it better than I liked Paris. Let me take another drink. Next we have The Planter's Wife by Dinah Jeffries. That's a really pretty cover. I really like that cover a lot. Two newlyweds, practically strangers, deeply in love, and each hiding a secret from the other. I'm in. 19-year-old Gwendolyn Hooper, Hooper, not Hopper. Stranger things on the brain, I guess. Steps off a steamship in Ceylon? I never know how to pronounce this. Ceylon. Ceylon? Steps off a steamship in here, this place, eager to begin her new life as a married woman. But the husband who greets her is distant, secretive, and brooding. Lawrence is forever away working, leaving his young English bride to explore the vast tea plantation alone. Wandering into forbidden places, Gwen finds locked doors, trunks filled with dusty dresses, a tiny, overgrown grave, clues to a hidden, unspeakable past. Gwen soon falls pregnant and her husband is overjoyed, but in the delivery room she is faced with a terrible choice, one she must hide from Lawrence at all costs. When the time comes to reveal the truth, how will he ever forgive her for what she has done? What does she do? Oh, girl, Gwendolyn! Gwendolyn! What do you do? Oh dear. Definitely looking forward to this one. Oh my. Oh, Gwendolyn! Next we have The Glorious Guinness Girls by Emily Hurricane? Hurricane? I think it's Hurricane. Hourican. The Guinness Girls. Now, usually I don't like illustrated covers, but this one is sort of a mix. It's got like, she's like illustrated, but like the backdrop is a picture, an actual like faded picture of like some kind of parlor room. There's a harp over here. Descendants of the founders of the Guinness Beer Empire. Oh, wait, sorry. Oh, it starts up there. Okay. Meet the glorious Guinness girls. Their glamorous lives fascinated a nation, but who pays the price of privilege? Eileen, the eldest, most poised, always submitting to expectations. Maureen, the middle child, defiant to the point of self-destruction. Onagh? Oonagh. Una? Una. The youngest, trapped by a needy mother. Descendants of the founder of the Guinness Beer Empire, they were the toast of 1920s high society. Oh, I'm totally in. Darlings of the press with not a care in the world. But Felicity knows better. Sent to live with them as a child because her mother could no longer care for her, she grows up as the sister's companion. Both as an outsider and a part of the family, she witnesses the complex lives upstairs and downstairs, sees the compromises and sacrifices beneath the glamorous surface. Then, at a party one summer's evening, something happens that sends shockwaves through the entire household. Inspired by a remarkable true story and fascinating real events, The Glorious Guinness Girls is an unforgettable novel about the haves and have-nots, one that will make you ask if where you find yourself is truly where you belong. So it's fiction. It's a fictionalized account of real events. 1920s, I'm in. And finally, we have, oh, that's gonna fall, but okay. We have The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. So, and I heard a lot of things about this book. Good things. I heard a lot of good things about this book. One or two people that it just didn't grab them for whatever reason, or they didn't. But for the most part, I heard really good things about this book. And it has a sort of insert cover with a lonely man in some foggy place. Barcelona, 1945. A city slowly heals from its war wounds, and Daniel, an antiquarian book dealer's son who mourns the loss of his mother, finds solace in a mysterious book entitled The Shadow of the Wind by one Julian Carax. But when he sets out to find the author's other works, he makes a shocking discovery. Someone has been systematically destroying every copy of every book Carax has ever written. In fact, Daniel may have the last of Carax's books in existence. Soon Daniel's seemingly innocent quest opens a door into one of Barcelona's darkest secrets, an epic story of murder, madness, and doomed love. So very much looking forward to that. And that is the books that I had to show off to you guys for this month. I am going to announce the winner of last week's giveaway, which was The Space Between Us by Thrity Umrigar. And the winner for that giveaway is ABC Effect 9842. That's ABCD Effect 9842. And so I will leave my email address in the description, and just contact me with your mailing address, and I will get the book to you ASAP. And just a note: if you enter in the giveaway, then I choose the winner in the next month's book haul vlogs. So for this month's book haul, I am giving away Teresa Medeiros' Some Like It Wild. It's historical romance. Teresa Medeiros is amazing. And there's the insert cover. And let me just take a drink here before I read the back blurb for you. Okay. Pamela Darby needs a man, preferably a Highland brute with more brawn than brains. Determined to save her sister from selling her virtue, the resourceful beauty requires a strapping specimen to pose as a duke's long-lost heir. Pamela plans to collect the generous reward, then send him on his way. Lucky for the brazen beauty, the seductive silver-eyed highwayman who just held up their carriage could be her man. Connor Kincaid has given up on his dream to restore his clan's honor, and now this plucky Englishwoman is asking him to take part in a risky charade that could land them both on the gallows. Never a man to resist a challenge or the allure of a beautiful woman, Connor strikes the devil's bargain that could seal both their fates. The highwayman and the hellion journey to London as both enemies and allies, a woman who has everything to gain, and a man who has nothing to lose but his heart. So, if you would like to be entered to win Teresa Medeiros' Some Like It Hot, just leave a comment in this video. Leave a comment in the comment section of this video. So that is going to be it for this book haul video. Let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them, and which you are looking forward to my reading first. And yeah, that's going to be it for this week. And follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/authorejamie. Like my Facebook page at facebook.com/authorejamie, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!